Welcome everyone joining us for our 7th annual Spotlight on Literacy. We want to thank you for joining us for this live virtual event. We are here tonight to celebrate the success of our students and to honor those who have helped them achieve their goals. My name is Brian Boyer, and I had the opportunity to meet the executive director, Miss Vivian Eng, on more of a personal basis. I asked her what she did for a living, and I just remember walking away from that conversation saying to myself, that is a woman of passion. Miss Vivian Eng, the executive director for the Mid-Valley Literacy Center, it truly cares about what she does here, but more so she cares about people. So this will be an excellent event, and a good place for you to learn more about the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. And that's what we're going to do tonight. We're going to promote literacy in our communities and have some fun doing it. So if you're watching online, we would ask that you leave a comment below to let us know that you're watching. And before we begin, we just like to open with a word of prayer. Father, we're so thankful for your love, your grace, and your mercy in our lives. We thank you for everybody watching. And Lord, we thank you for all those that are supporting and will continue to support the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. And Lord, we ask that all their needs would be met so that they can continue to help those in their community. In Jesus' name, amen. So tonight, we're going to hear an update on the Mid-Valley Literacy Center from our very own Executive Director, Miss Vivian Ang. We're also going to hear stories of success from our incredible students and tutors who help them achieve their goals. We will also hear from Ronnie Brooks, who is our Literacy Trailblazer Award recipient this year. This digital event program is available for you in the email that you received from us. If you did not receive that email, you can also find a link to the program. It's also posted in the comments section here in this live stream. Now, this live stream is only going to be about 1 hour long, so we appreciate you sticking with us the whole time. And so in doing that, we have some very fun prizes this evening. So the first person, that's right, the first person to leave a comment in this video, in this live stream, to let us know they're watching, they will receive a $10 gift card to the Book Bin in Salem. That's right, the first person. So you got to do it now. Leave a comment. And the first person to make a donation this evening will receive 3 free appetizer coupons to the Original Roadhouse. And this is a big one, the person who makes the largest contribution this evening will receive 4 Blooming Onion appetizer cards to the Outback Steakhouse. Yum. Now, right now, we want to acknowledge all of the sponsors who are making this event possible. We're so grateful to have 15 sponsors. And Cab Door, you probably know that name, is our title sponsor again this year. They've held this position for 5 years now. Thank you so much, Cab Door, for your continued support. Our other sponsors include OMEP, the Oregon Manufacturing Extension Partnership, Pioneer Trust Bank, Valley Credit Union, Living Stones Creations, Providence Benedictine Nursing Charities, Mountain West Investment Corp, Parker Law, MAPS Credit Union, Don Poncho, RNS Industrial Solutions, and Patricia Moss. We're so blessed to be supported by local businesses and organizations like you. Thank you all so much for your generosity. Now, our goal this year is to raise $40,000 to help support the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. Will you help support our students by helping donate towards this goal? All proceeds made here tonight, whether through individual donations or by an auction items won, which we'll talk more about later, will go directly to benefiting the students we serve. Our sponsors have already donated $15,000, and we have already received $2,295 in donations in response to tonight's event. That's incredible. Thank you so much. Now, there's plenty of ways to give, and no amount, and you're going to hear that more than once tonight, no amount is too small. So you'll see these on the screen, but some of the different ways to give, you can make an online donation right here on our event page, and that link to the page is included in your digital event program, and it'll be posted in the comment section of this live stream. And if you've never done this before, you can text to give. You'll want to text MVLC to the number 44321, and you can make that donation right from your phone. And any donations made on our event page through text to give, they'll pop up on this live display here next to me. You can also mail us a check, and our mailing address is also in your digital event program. Now, all of these ways of giving are secure. No matter how you donate, please, and we're going to say that again, please leave us a comment to tell us that you did so that we can thank you tonight during our live stream. And we know that one of the greatest measures of public trust is the willingness to give. And so we want to say it again. We appreciate you all so very much. Now, it's my honor to introduce the Executive Director for the Mid-Valley Literacy Center, Miss Vivian Ang.
Thank you, Brian. Hello, everyone. We're so thankful that you are joining us tonight. And we want to have you understand that your support is so valuable to us. You see this screen? We've already raised $17,301, and Claire Deal is one of the first people that she's donated, and we want to say thank you to everyone who donates. Thank you, Claire. Thank you to everyone who has done this. You are a valuable part of the success and achieved by our students. You have made a difference in their lives. And you're going to hear from them tonight. You're going to hear some of their stories. We are so thankful for you. Tonight, I would like to update you in 3 specific areas. One is our tutors, our students, and then, of course, ways that you can be involved. First, I'd like to give you an overview of our program. One of the things that I think would be helpful for you to know is that Mid-Valley Literacy Center was started in 2009. And when we started this, we really had no idea where we were going to go with this. But we wanted you to know that our mission is to help adults gain the skills, the literacy skills that they need to be successful, and to gain the skills that they have to have in order to be able to increase their economic stability and overall quality of family life. Our students have come from 56 countries speaking more than 30 languages. Get a hold of that. 56 countries speaking more than 30 languages. 75 of those students were actually refugees that came from 10 different countries, and they were able to learn their language. We've only got 4 left that are still students with our program. So we're very thankful for them to be able to gain those skills that are needed for them to be successful. We provide classes in the following areas. One of the things that we do is we offer classes to help people in all levels of English for speakers of other languages. So we have 6 levels that are taught by our volunteer tutors. In addition to that, we have GED in English or Spanish, depending on which they are most able to do their language in. And then we also have basic Spanish literacy, where we have students who are learning to read and write for the first time in their lives as adults. They speak Spanish, they're from Spanish-speaking countries, but they've never had the opportunity to go to school, so they're learning to read and write for the first time in Spanish. And we also provide Spanish and English citizenship preparations. So the students who are ready to prepare for U.S. citizenship are able to achieve that goal. We've had more than 300 people who have received U.S. citizenship. So we also want to let you know that we also provide classes in basic computers, and we do a class preparing students for the Certified Nursing Assistant program. One of the last things that we do is our workplace English. And we want you to know that our students are actually making successful transitions in their jobs, where they actually get promoted on the job, they are making less errors on the job, and they increase their production. And that's all done through local businesses, where those businesses that care about their employees are paying for our services, where we develop the curriculum and teach those students on their job at their level so that they're able to increase those skills. And so we want you to know that this term, just at our Literacy Center in Salem, we have 26 tutors that are actually giving their time to our students and making them successful. Our total number of students that we have averages well over 400 students in every term, every year. So we've trained more than 750 volunteer tutors, and they have helped more than 4,000 students in 6 counties. We now have started a new county, Lincoln County, just in the last few months with our collaboration with Shangri-La. And we have trained 4 tutors over there that are working with 2 new students. So let's hear from our tutors and see what they have to say about some of our students.
My name is Eric Schumann. I teach citizenship for Mid-Valley Literacy Center. Been doing that for 2 or 3 years. And I'm a retired physician assistant. I practiced medicine for about 40 years.
Hello, my name is Rosy Gutierrez Burrell. I am from Mexico City.
My name is Gustavo Ramos, and I have been working for almost 9 years as a volunteer at Mid-Valley.
I'm Andrew Doe. I teach GED math at the Adult Literacy Center, and I am, as my day trade, a physician, so I work for Salem Health.
My name is Linda Fowler, and I have been with Mid-Valley 10 plus years. I don't even know exactly how many, but a long time.
I like the opportunity it creates for people who are looking to further their education, the ability to get an education for whatever reason they're in it for.
Something that I really like about Mid-Valley is that our students are or come from different countries, and also it's a safe place to study or work.
The Literacy Center has given me an opportunity to make a human connection with people that I've cared about all of my life.
What I like about Mid-Valley is the opportunity to work with adults, because prior to this, I was working with students, and I find adults are eager learners, and it's much more fun to work with somebody who wants to learn. I find when I work with students that I get as much out of it as they do. And it's a real joy, and it's a pleasure. And, that's just, for me, that's the magic and the fun of teaching. And, you never can anticipate what's going to happen really in a lesson until you get there and you're in the middle of it. And so, it's just one of those things that brings me joy personally.
My students, are pretty much the reason I continue to tutor here or do it in general. They've been a great outlet for me to be able to make an impact outside of medicine. They've helped me grow, hopefully as much as I've helped them.
My students are adults who did not have the opportunity to go to school. I am always impressed by their desire to learn. Even though, they work every day, like 8 hours, but when they come to school, they are so happy and eager to learn something new.
Most of my students have been Mexicans or Central Americans, but in addition to that, we've had Chinese students and Romanian students, which really adds a new dimension. I want to tell you about one particular student. She can pass the reading and writing without any problems whatsoever. And she is going not only to pass the citizenship test and interview on her first try, but she's going to make a really wonderful American citizen. And it's a privilege for me to be able to help in that endeavor with her.
I decided to become a tutor because I always believe that, if we know something, I think we should share the knowledge that we know. And that's why I decided to become a tutor and try to help, the students when they need some kind of help. And that's why I'm doing the tutoring.
When I know a Vivian, if Vivian told me, you can help here, do you want to be a voluntary? I said, yes, of course, I want to help. In Mid-Valley, for me, for 2 years, I feel my home because I can help other people. Well, you help me?
I always knew that, we had a real literacy problem in the Mid-Valley here in Salem and the area, but I never realized how great it was, really. I mean, I'd read about it, heard about it, but you really can't comprehend it until you work with folks that are really needing those skills.
I've been teaching the GED since medical school. I've enjoyed the process and the outcomes then, so I was looking to continue on that path when I got to Salem. That's kind of when I stumbled upon Mid-Valley. If you're thinking about it, then just pull the trigger and do it. You won't regret it. The joy you feel when your students pass, kind of like just how you saw me react, is priceless.
Well, if you are thinking on being a tutor at Mid-Valley, don't wait any longer. You will not regret. This is a great place to work. This is a great place to be, to work. And come here and join us. No te arrepentirás.
I would tell them that if they want to expand their horizons and learn from people who perhaps have very different backgrounds and histories than they do, this is absolutely a perfect fit, and they should consider joining this incredible team.
Thank you to each tutor, past and present. We want to say thank you for all the changed lives that you have impacted. And we're always looking for new tutors. So if you're interested or you know someone who might be interested in being a tutor, we're always willing to have you come and join the team. And those of you that watch this video, you notice that both Rosie and Gustavo obviously speak Spanish, but they are teaching Spanish literacy. So they're not teaching English, they're teaching Spanish literacy, and we're so thankful for that. And so we can take students from any walk of life and turn them into successful students, as well as tutors who are gaining really, really an impact when you realize how important this is and you're making a difference in someone's life. So tonight we want to also celebrate the success of our students, and we want to hear from some of them and what this whole program has made a difference on their lives and how they have been changed by learning to be able to either pass the GED or attain citizenship or any of the other goals that they might have. So let's hear from some of our students.
My name is Rosie Gutierrez Burrell. I am from Mexico City. I'm here I live in Salem for 6 years ago.
Well, I am 24 years old. I have two daughters. One's 2 and one of them's 3, Amari and Alaya.
I grew up in Brazil. I came here because my husband came to do a master's degree, came to study, and I came with him.
My name is John Anderson, and I'm going to Mid-Valley Literacy Center to earn my GED.
Pues trabajo en una canería de Ruinsui de noche. So es un poquito pesado, pero está bien porque me ayuda para cuidar mis nietos, mis hijos, ver por ellos. Héctor Ponce Oliva.
One of the many goals is going to be probably completing the science part of my GED.
In Mid-Valley, I have the support I learn English, and I have the support to help me.
Obtener mi ciudadanía a través de las clases que tomé con ella. Gracias a ella, pues logré lo que quería.
My name is Luis Hernandez, and I obtained my GED through Mid-Valley Literacy Center. So.
And that's my focus when I try to learn English, to grow my pronunciation and grow the verbs, because I make mistakes to that. And that's my life get better because people can understand me better, and they not continue asking me, what is it? Repeat, please. And that make my life like easy and not so stressful.
Yeah, life is better. Before first time is come here, I'm snow count and it's no 1 2. I think it's English no count. Is now it's understand it's a little bit. I think it's good learning. Yeah.
My goal, it would just tremendously. It's going to help me eventually join a pipe fitters union, and you need a GED requirement for joining that, and that in itself will better my life and financially. So that would be a big, huge plus in my life. Yeah.
Oh, pues me siento más seguro, más contento y menos problemas. Viniendo a clases, explicándome y leyéndome la historia de Estados Unidos, que aprendí mucho de eso, gracias a la maestra Vivian, que le agradezco mucho por eso, porque no se me va a olvidar. Nunca y todavía lo traigo eso.
It's good because one of them just follow the books. The books, it's so good. I like the content. And she just go chapter by chapter, like class by class. It's good. And I have my workbook at home and I can continue work on it. And another tutor just like, she just bring different points for us.
Andrew is a great tutor. He's been so helpful and on so many levels. So I've learned a lot through him. So.
I mean, you guys welcomed me with open arms when I first came to the door. You know, Edith, she was amazing. Andrew helped us out a lot. You guys were so kind to us, giving us books, paper, pencil stuff to write with when we didn't have anything, So, I mean, I thank you guys. You guys were, a lot of help, encouraging me to come back and stuff like that. So that was awesome.
Yes. Well, like Mid Valley Center, because lot helping for English is a lot of thing I learned.
Oh, it's been great. It's been phenomenal. They've always supplied all the textbooks and the MacBook, and they're always right there, helpful with everything, with scheduling. It's been tremendous.
I like it because it's for English is learning. It's like because it's a good teacher. Good, everything is very nice. It's good. Yeah.
Dejé de batallar andar renovando mi residencia y en parte pues no me acordaba cuando se vencía y se me hacía batallar mucho, y de esta manera pues ya no tengo que tener más problema con esto. Y en caso de emergencias, pues me va a servir mucho porque tengo familia en México.
Because I want learning English, better talk with people, for work, is helping with my child.
I mean, I'm one of 2 kids out of my mom's family that got their GED. So, I mean, it's encouraging, it felt real good.
It's important to me just to show that it is possible. Like I said, it's never too late to achieve your dreams and accomplish things and move forward in life. So, yeah.
Thank you, students, for sharing your incredible stories with us. We're so proud of every one of you, even those that have not reached their goals yet, but they're still working on it. And if you're interested in becoming a student, or you know someone who might be interested, you're welcome to give us a call. Our classes for summer term begin June 21st. So please give our office a call to register. And we also want to take this time to thank our amazing members of our board of directors and our advisory board. We have 22 members on our board of directors and advisory board, and they have helped us with this event. And so we're very thankful for all of their support. And we want you to know that we're looking for a couple of board members. If you think you might be interested, or you think someone you know might be interested, we are welcome. We would love to have you join us. Give us a call and let us know. There are so many easy ways to give for the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. One of them is the Amazon Smile. If you've ever bought anything online, you can give to a nonprofit, and it doesn't cost you anything. And it is a donation that actually is made by Amazon, and they give to different nonprofits. And we also want to say that if you have any kind of interest in doing that, then our May newsletter will give you the instructions on how to do it. And if you don't have the newsletter or it's not coming to you, let us know right on the bottom of this and let us know, so we'll make sure we get that newsletter. And also, if you're have you ever shopped at Fred Meyer's? The Fred Meyer Community Resource Program, as actually they call it, the Fred Meyer Community Resources. They actually provide a nonprofit donations also, and that doesn't cost you anything. All you do is just swipe your card, and they know that you are giving to the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. Again, that information would be on our website as well as on our May newsletter. So you're welcome to join us. We'd love to have you participate with that. As another way that we want to make really clear tonight is that we want to thank our 18 sustaining donors that give on a monthly basis. Having this support increases the sustainability of the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. Look at that. We already see some of our donors who are coming on. We thank you so much. That's really important. And we want to say thank you to each one of you. Your impact to the students and what you're doing is making a huge difference in people's lives. And we want to say thank you for giving on a regular monthly basis. You know, it's a budget-friendly way to do it, and it doesn't cost you as much by doing it by a monthly basis. And we'd love to have you participate as a sustaining donor on our website, or you could send a check every month, or you could also send a check through your bank as an automatic withdrawal. And this is an incredible blessing to all of us. I want to mention about legacy giving. That's another way that you could give, and you might not be aware of the fact that people who have IRAs can actually give part of their donation, if they want to nonprofits, and it is a tax benefit to you. So you might consider that and talk to your tax advisor about that. There are so many ways to be involved with the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. And again, we're always looking for volunteer tutors. Our tutors go through a training where they are able to go through 6 hours of intensive training plus 2 4-hour sessions of observations with our current tutors. And then they know how to teach, use our materials, and we're so thankful for all of you. Now we're to the point in our evening that we want to share our Literacy Trailblazer Award. I really want to introduce to you Mr. Ronnie Brooks. Ronnie Brooks has been a real inspiration to us. He has been on our advisory board for the past 12 years. He gave me the inspiration on how to get this organization started. But Ronnie did not learn to read until he was an adult, and he's going to share his story. So let's hear from Ronnie right now.
Good morning. I'm Ronnie Brooks, and I am so elated that Ms. Vivian asked if I would just share my story. I'm 68 years of age, and being a person who was a part of segregation, one of the things that I fell through the cracks as far as education was concerned, my parents, neither one of them graduated from high school. My mom did at a very late age of life. And so while education was important in our family, I had a secret that I kept for so many years, and that was I could not read. My reading skills were very low. I only graduated from elementary school to middle school because I was a good person, and that was during the time of social promotion. Upon my graduation from high school, and I must tell you that my high school was closed in 1969. It was a year prior to us graduating from high school, and we were integrated, and we were sent to the majority schools. That year, I was nominated and became president of Wichita Falls High student body. I did not go to class because that was the first year of integration. Mr. Freeman, who was the principal, used me to help him navigate through that first year of fights, first year of people not understanding one another. Just think, 17 years of age. I took the ACT test and I scored 4. My counselor, which I won't call her name, said to me, Ronnie, go ahead and graduate from high school. Get you a job at a gas station and make your people proud. I almost bought into that. My dad, who worked at the City National Bank as a custodian, and he worked a split shift. And so therefore, my dad cut yards from the time that he would get off at 9 o'clock of the morning until he would return to work at 3 o'clock. And one day we were cutting the yard, and the man's yard that we were cutting was Mr. E.A. Davis. He was one of the vice presidents at the City National Bank. His yard was the size of a football field. And as we were out there, it was 104 degrees in Wichita Falls. As we were out there cutting the yard, I said to my dad, I said, Daddy, this is not me. I said, I don't like all of this hard work. I said, would you give me an opportunity to go to college? My father knew my secret. And he said to my mom when we got back home and I had gone to bed, but I could hear him speaking with my mom. And he said, Margie, your son wants to go to college. My mother said, Ronnie Joe wants to go to college? His grades haven't reflected that. She said, but we must give him an opportunity. Upon my arrival to Henderson County Community College, I met a man by the name of Mr. Caskey. He had observed during the arena registration me taking 4 hours to fill out a 2-page document. People would come sit next to me and I would ask them, I wonder what they want me to put in this box on this particular line. And they would say address. They would say telephone number. They would say where you're from. And it took me 2 hours. He walked up to me as I was getting ready to hand my paper to the counselor, the academic advisor. And he put his arms around me, and that was now, remember now, I'm a pretty good sized person, had a big afro. Mr. Caskey was a little white guy that was about 4'5", 4'6". And he said, son, said it took you so long to fill out that 2-page document. He said, I believe you can't read. For the first time, somebody outside of my circle said to me, you can't read. It was a day that really broke my heart because now my secret is out beyond my circle. Mr. Caskey looked at me and he said, I am the reading instructor here at Henderson County. He said, I want you to come by my lab each day and I'm going to teach you how to read. And that was the beginning of a life change for me. Every day after I had finished my last class, I would go by Mr. Caskey's office, and he would sit down, and he was teaching me how to read. Started out reading little old simple books, like Jane ran across the street, Spot jumped over the fence, little bitty simple stuff. He said, Ronnie, he said, you have an immaculate memory. He said, I'm not going to try to teach you phonetics. He said, I'm going to teach you how to memorize words. And as he began that process, my first semester at Henderson County, I made 3 C's, 2 D's, and an F. And when I took my grades to Mr. Caskey, he said, don't become discouraged. You did pretty good for a person who could not read. I must go back and tell you that it was my sister, Jackie, who would read to me at night. And that's how I made it through school. She would read the assignment. I had a good memory. And that's how I would make it. So now there's no Jackie to read to me. And so therefore, I had to learn how to do this on my own. I'm 250 miles away from my hometown of Wichita Falls, Texas. Mr. Caskey kept working with me. Day in, day out. We'd make progress and we would go backwards sometime. But one day when it clicked, I was able to go to a restaurant with a friend and I did not order what he ordered because I couldn't read the menu. For the first time, I've recognized some words on the menu. I could order my own meal without asking him. Mr. Caskey said, Ronnie, you must increase your vocabulary. So that means that you need to read the newspaper. You need to read books. I said, Mr. Caskey, I don't want to do that. It's so hard. I said, I have to read a word and then go back and look up what that word is. And he said, you got to do it. He said, the more you do it, the more you'll be able to expand your horizon. I never forget, there was a teacher by the name of Mrs. Nance. Miss Nance, she and her husband both worked at Henderson County. She taught history and he taught math. As I was taking her history class, she was able to draw and also teach history. She was an outstanding teacher. I'd always done bad in history because I didn't like to read and then I couldn't comprehend. But for the first time, I saw that I could read, I could comprehend. And that was the beginning of another turning point for me because now I understood that I could make better grades than I had been making. Had to put in that additional time. Could not spend my time playing pool and playing dominoes and running the ladies and going to parties. I had to stay at home and I had to learn how to read. So I was in my dorm room reading. And I'll never forget, it was my sophomore year, still working with Mr. Caskey. And he said to me, he said, Ronnie, he said, you are right at the brink of graduating. I said, am I? Am I going to make it? He said, you're going to make it. And so therefore, I had to pass my science class. I had to pass science and Spanish. Now, if you have a hard time reading English, you know you're going to struggle in Spanish. But Mr. Caskey told me, he said, Ronnie, use the same methods that I've taught you. Use your memory. Memorize those words. And so therefore, that was the beginning of a change for myself. I was able to graduate from community college. I was one of the first Blacks to ever graduate as a speech pathologist from East Texas State University. I was a speech pathologist for 4 years, and then I became an administrator at East Texas State, and it was later changed to Texas A&M Commerce. My story is no different from anybody else's, but my story lets anybody know that you can learn to read. Reading is so important. I read a lot of books. I might not read the entire book, but I read a lot of books because I'm a pastor of a church. And my goal is to always give as much as I can to anybody who listens to me. So I want to thank you for affording me this opportunity. And I pray that this will help somebody to understand that you can do it. May God bless you richly is my prayer.
Thank you, Ronnie, for sharing that amazing story with us. I don't know if you really heard his heart, but this is what our students struggle with. It's the secret that nobody else knows, that they can't read. And our volunteer tutors are making a difference. And your donations change people's lives. Ronnie, we're so thankful. You know that he actually became an administrator at Texas A&M University, and until he retired, he worked at Texas A&M. We're so thankful that he is able to receive our Literacy Trailblazer Award this year. So thank you, Ronnie. We're so grateful to you. Ronnie still works for the Salem-Keizer School District. He promotes education, helping young people go on to college, and supporting students of color. So he's always involved in education and literacy. So now I'm going to turn this back over to Mr. Brian Boyer, who's going to tell us about our incredible auction items and how the auction will work this year. So here is Brian.
All right. Thank you, Miss Vivian. We hope you have enjoyed learning a little bit more about what we do here at the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. And just to change gears a little bit here, we are going to go over some of our great auction items that will be made available as soon as this live stream portion of our event is finished. So there's going to be a link to our action website that is included in your digital program, and we'll also post comments in the section of this video as well. We have a lot of auction items, but we're just going to cover a few here right now so you can get an idea as to what's on the website. So first, we have a Tell Your Story scrapbook. This gorgeous photo album, also donated by Jody Horner, comes with 27 handcrafted scrapbook pages inside, just waiting for your pictures. We have a relaxation gift basket that's been donated by one of our tutors, Jody Horner. We have a flat of organically grown blueberries for all you blueberry lovers out there from AgriCare. And we have 2 of those. So if you miss out on the first one, there's one more there for you. Relax while gaining flexibility and muscle with 1 month of live online yoga classes with yoga instructor Sharon Ramel. Enjoy one professionally, listen to this, baked and decorated cake a month for an entire year. That is 12 glorious cakes from Extreme Chocolates, LLC. We also have children's BMW Baby Racer. Let your little one roll around in style on this baby racer, complete with BMW logos from Salem BMW. Let's roll. Next, we have a red wine basket, which includes 4 bottles of 2019 Estate Pinot Noir from Willamette Valley Vineyards with a cork puller from Trader Joe's. We have 5 of these items available, again, all on the website. This one is for somebody out there. This is a full car detail. BMW of Salem will get your car, your ride looking fantastic. This is one full car detail on any standard vehicle. Next, we have 2 rounds of 18 holes of golf at the Santiam Golf Club in Almsville, Oregon. And that does include a golf cart. We also have a scholarship certificate. Get $500 credit towards tuition at Corbin University in Salem, Oregon. We also have 2 cases of red wine and 2 cases of white wine from Willamette Valley Vineyards. We have 2 cases of those available. We're almost done here, just a couple more to go over. And again, there's more on the website. We have 7 potted red geraniums for you gardeners out there, donated by our board member, Pat Moss. And the last one here that we're going to announce on the live stream is an 8-ounce sample packs of citrus and cactus, Hawaiian Holiday, Tropical Temptations, body butter from the latest Lather On Sophisticated Soap. And these are all natural healing products. And again, we just highlighted a few of the items. I believe there's probably over 40 now items on there, nearly items to check on the website. So what you're going to see is you'll see the photos on the website with the description of all the items that are available. Each item will have a minimum bid, and that's just to get us started in the bidding process. So feel free to look through all of them. And the good news is you have all weekend to do this, because this auction will be open until 8 p.m. this Sunday. So you want to make sure you get on there. And again, that closes this Sunday at 8 p.m. That's April 25th. So anytime this weekend, you can head back to the website and see how your items are doing. And if you need to, you might need to increase your bid. We'll announce the winners on Monday, the 26th, and you'll be contacted regarding pickup of the items that you've won. So let's have some fun with this and let the bidding begin. All right, but don't start now. Again, when the live stream's over, you can jump on there. And as we wrap up the evening here together, and I know we said this, we want to thank you all so very much, and for all those that have helped keep the Mid-Valley Literacy Center running. I think you've seen through the videos that it is a great help to people and our community. And everything they do is for the benefit of those people in the community. And so we just ask that you join us in this endeavor to keep things going at the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. So with that being said, we're looking for literacy champions, and we'll explain what those are. Literacy champions will become sustaining donors, and they will donate on a monthly basis. So is that something you want to think about doing? You can donate on a monthly basis, and all the donations made to the Mid-Valley Literacy Center, they're poured right back into our students. So for example, $25 a month is going to cover the cost of textbooks for a student for a whole term. So for over the course of a year, you'd be providing textbooks for 7 students. That's for $25 a month. Now, if you bump that up and you become a sustaining donor, $50 per month. This is what this will cover. That'll cover tuition for 2 students for a whole term. So that means you'd provide tuition for 2 students for a whole term, 6 students for a whole year. Now this may not be for everybody, but this may be for some people. If you want to be a sustaining donor for $100 per month, this is going to cover the cost of tuition for 3 students for a whole term. So over the course of the year, you'd be providing 12 students with tuition during that year. What an impact we can make being sustaining donors. So we just ask that you'd help us in supporting our students. And just a quick statistic, if you like statistics, I know I do, is it says that for every dollar that's invested in literacy programs like this one here at the Mid-Valley Literacy Center, it returns $33 to their community. So that's what giving can do to the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. Kind of a fun fact there. So we also want to let you know about another specific need that the Mid-Valley Literacy Center has, and that's to keep up with demand. They need to purchase a new server to run their computer systems, and this could cost upwards to $5,300. But the good news is they've already raised $540 towards this goal from 2 grants that they've already received. So we would greatly appreciate it if you would also consider making a contribution tonight that would help us in reaching that goal for the server. And so again, and I know we've said this, no amount is too small. So no matter how you choose to give, we just want to say we're incredibly thankful for your support. And I know that all the students are as well. And so right now, I'm going to I'm going to say goodbye, and I'm going to remind you to get back on the website and go ahead and bid on those items. I know somebody's got to get that car detail. So don't forget to get on the website, and I'm going to turn things over to Miss Vivian as she wraps up our evening tonight.
Thank you, Brian. I just wanted to share with you how much we really appreciate all of you who have been donating. And so here's some interesting comments. We wanted you to know that the first prize for the first comment goes to Rick Duncanson, and you have won a $10 gift card to the book bin because you made the first comment on our website or onto our live streaming tonight. The prize for making the first donation this evening goes to Claire Deal. And Claire has been one of our volunteer tutors. So she's won 3 free appetizer coupons to the original Roadhouse. And finally, the prize for making the largest contribution this evening goes to Susan McNaught. And you have won 4 free Blooming Onion appetizer cards to the Outback Steakhouse. We will be emailing each of you to arrange delivery of these prizes, and thank you for your participation. So far this evening, we've raised $17,528. Thank you so much for all of your generous support to the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. We could not do this without you. Thank you. We'd like to individually read all the donors so far that have made donations to us: Huggins Insurance Company, Hillwood Properties, Barbara Berry, Jody Horner, Jean Botcher, Pat Fisher, Mary Kruger, Carol North, Sharon Bow, and Sammy's Cheers Blackjacks, Brenda Lawrence, Susan McNaught, Claire Deal, Rick Duncanson, Lacey Wheeler, Annette Harrison, Aaron Leagosto, and Jeffrey Benjamin. Thank you to all of you. We appreciate so much how much you have given. Thank you. So I'd like to end with each one as they have given, that you would give back to them. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. We want to say thank you to all the businesses who have sponsored our event this evening. Your support has been incredible, and we thank you. So this wraps up our live stream portion of our evening. And don't forget to go check out the online auction and bid on your favorite items. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We're incredibly grateful to each one of you and your support for the Mid-Valley Literacy Center. Have a wonderful evening.